I want you to take a second and think about the greatest teacher you've ever had since kindergarten to college. Oh, I bet that didn't take long. So what was it that made them great? Was it that she was a master of her subject area and knew everything there is to know about fraction or photosynthesis? Was she perfect, or was her imperfections that made her great? Did she teach you to love writing, reading stories, or solving numbers? Or did he or she teach you to love learning? And did she teach you that you have a potential for greatness and that is okay to make mistakes? Or did she teach you that kindness and courage are greater than money and success? Now, I've been obsessing with this question. What makes a good teacher great? Congratulations! You've reached the last topic. Again, I am Roa, and today I'm going to discuss the 5 important factors that needs to be considered in the development of teachers as curriculum leaders. Now, I'm going to talk about first is teacher empowerment, second, efficient system, third, mentoring system, fourth, administrative support, and lastly, fifth, the learning community. Now let's talk about the first factor, teacher empowerment. Many educational professionals place heavy emphasis on the importance of being an empowered teacher. Dictionary definitions of empowerment generally distinguish between empowerment as to give power or authority to, especially by legal means, and empowerment as to enable or permit. So basically, empowered teachers must be free to exercise their own professional judgment without being restricted by others. In this view, being an empowered teacher means first, having access to information and materials. Second, being free to use resources in a way that meets students' needs and targets. And lastly, 3, empowered teachers are given the encouragement and support necessary to take risks and engage while collaborating with their colleagues. And we all know that this process is essential to success in education. So overall, being an empowered teacher means having enough resources and freedom to provide every student with the education that they clearly deserve. Understanding what it means to be empowered will allow teachers to take the first step towards achieving this goal, which is to become curriculum leaders. Now let's talk about the second factor, efficient system. We all know that students learn best when they actively participate in the learning process, when they are engaged and motivated to learn, and when they can build on their existing knowledge and understanding, right? But before that, what really is an efficient teacher? Well, an efficient teacher is the one who can make their teaching as efficient as possible by organizing and planning out what they are going to do before they teach a lesson. Now, what is an efficient system? Well, according to the Collins Dictionary, if something or someone is efficient, they are able to do tasks successfully without wasting time or energy. Now, how do we become efficient teachers? So the skills needed for effective teaching involve more than just expertise in an academic field. So first, you must be able to interact with your students and help them understand a new way of looking out the world. So this is not an easy job. Although there are many different ways to teach effectively, good instructors have several qualities in common. Second, they are prepared, set clear and fair expectations, have a positive attitude, are patient with students, and assesses their teaching on a regular basis. Third, they are able to adjust their teaching strategies to fit both the students and the material, recognizing that different students learn in different ways. And fourth and last, As a teacher, you are a role model who sets the tone for the class. If you are able to show enthusiasm and commitment, your students are more likely to reciprocate. Conversely, when you are negative, unprepared, or impatient, these qualities will be reflected in the attitudes of your students. So give them reason to remember your class as an important part of their school experience. Now let's talk about the third factor, mentoring system. What is a mentor? Well, according to the Wikipedia, a mentor is someone who teaches or gives help and advice to less experienced and often a younger person. So in education, mentoring is a complex and multi-dimensional process of guiding, teaching, influencing, and supporting a beginner or a new student. Here then are the three qualities of exceptional mentor teachers. First is, great mentors listen. Being a good listener is the foundation of mentoring. Why? Because mentors cannot provide support if they don't know what is needed. So active listening is an essential skill for all educators. Active listening helps us learn, and good mentors are listening to learn. So they want to help students consider their options and reflect. Second quality is great mentors intervene. So great mentors intervene to ensure their student responsibilities are equitable and aligned with their experiences. So this might mean that the mentor runs interference when their student is overloaded, requests additional resources, or provides help that takes items of the student's to-do list. Third quality is great mentors connect. So teachers and students interact regularly and share their teaching practices, reflecting and refining, sharing stories, and problem solving together. So they build a collective competence and sustain their passion for teaching through their community of practice. So great mentors teach new students to their communities of practice and encourage them to build their own. Now let's talk about the fourth factor, administrative support. Administrators are responsible for providing administrative support for an office or department within a school. So they play a crucial role in the day-to-day life of a school by providing a wide range of administrative support to keep everything running as smoothly as possible. This means that in order to help your school and students be successful, you must start by supporting your teachers. So if you're wondering how administrators can support the teachers, the key is to first, offer guidance. Second, provide time to collaborate with peers. Third, offer meaningful evaluations. And lastly, fourth, treat them as trusted professionals. So by doing so, you build a positive school culture with low turnover and high achievement. Now let's talk about the last and the fifth factor, the learning community. Learning community of teachers constantly engages in a cycle of learning, analyzing data, setting goals, and learning individually and collaboratively, as well as implementing and adjusting practices to meet the needs of all learners. So this process allows teachers to try new teaching practices and discover what's working and what isn't. The fundamental questions teachers explore are, what do we want students to learn? And how will we know if they have learned it? These questions are foundational to any learning community as they require teachers to come to a common understanding of the learning as well as common assessments that check for understanding. So learning community make this happen by prioritizing standards using specific criteria and unpacking those standards. Teachers identify what is hard to teach and what is hard to learn in the standards so that they can anticipate interventions and extensions. So learning community are the lifeblood of innovation and risk-taking in school. So when structured well, they can be the teams that constantly learn together and work to discover what is best for the students. And that's it for today. I hope you guys learned a lot about the 5 important factors that needs to be considered in the development of teachers as curriculum leaders. Hope you guys learn a lot and can now answer the question, what makes a good teacher great? Again, I'm Ron Oliera and that would be all. Thank you. Bye-bye!